Hey, this is Chris Johnson, and something happened today that I was not fucking comfortable with. It was my worst nightmare, basically. Worst nightmare scenario. If you know anything about me, I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to my neighbors. I don't want to interact with them. I don't want to chat with people at the fucking store, workers, whatever the fuck. Just leave me the fuck alone. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. I'm going to do my fucking business, whatever the fuck it is I got to do. And then I'm going to just close my apartment door. And I'm just going to stay in here like a fucking recluse. If I'm out running, doing a race or some shit like that, I don't talk to anybody. I'm not chatting with anybody there. I'm there to fucking run, get my fucking work in, beat these motherfuckers down, and then go home. That's all. I was out today. I went and I did a fucking run at the gym. I was supposed to do an actual fucking 5K. That shit got canceled. There was like crazy storms and shit in the area. So I went to the gym and I did a run. Then I ran to the store. I had to get Finley some fancy feast. I grabbed some milk and shit. Basic stuff, not like a big shopping day or anything like that. But it was enough when I was unloading it, because I got like litter and stuff too. It was enough where I had to take like multiple trips from my car to the apartment to get all my shit in. I'm not one of these assholes that has to fucking take everything in one trip. Now, granted, I would rather grab my fucking groceries and come up here in one swoop. But I'm not going to be like one of these dickheads that like is insistent on it and is like hobbling around with all these bags and fucking dropping shit all over the place. That's worse. Like, you're just making it worse on yourself, because it's going to suck. It's going to be a horrible trip. You're going to fucking drop shit. Then when you try to pick up that shit, you're going to drop other shit. Some people still insist on doing that. I don't insist on doing that. I'll take 3 trips, 4 trips. I don't give a fuck. But my first trip upstairs, I just got like one grocery bag. I got like keys in one hand or whatever. I'm walking up the stairs. And then the neighbor across the hall, he opens the door and he like looks at me. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he like mumbles something real quick. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. It was one of those things where like he was embarrassed to have opened the door because he thought it was somebody else. And he just didn't know what the fuck to do. So he just shut the door, which is a move I completely fucking respect. Because like we've all been in those situations where like maybe you say something to somebody else or you do something fucking stupid. You realize like somebody's looking and you don't know how to react. So like I completely respect the fact that the guy across the hall just shut the fucking door. But here's the problem. Like, I didn't know what was going on, but obviously he was waiting for somebody. And then they got like a little table, him and his wife or whatever the fuck, or girlfriend. I don't know what the fuck, if they're married. I don't know them. But they got like a little table outside their door. And there was food sitting on the table. So I fucking immediately deduce, son of a bitch, he fucking ordered like DoorDash or some shit or Uber Eats or whatever the fuck. And they dropped off his food, but he didn't realize they dropped off his food because they didn't fucking tell him. Why wouldn't you tell him that you fucking dropped his food off? It's food. If somebody's delivering food to you, isn't like, aside from delivering the food and actually bringing it to the location, isn't like the next most important thing letting the person know that you're fucking there? Like, it's not like you dropped off some shampoo or some shit where you can just get it later. Like, I got like some like shampoo and shit delivered to my ass today. Like, they don't need to knock on my door and tell me the fucking shampoo's here. When I go check the mail, I'll fucking see it. But this is food. Fucking tell them this fucking food's here. So I'm in this situation where like, motherfucker, like his food is sitting there. I know his food is sitting there. Like, I gotta fucking knock on the door and tell the guy his food is sitting there. Or I cannot do that, but then I'm a dick. The universe is forcing me into a situation where like, if I want to do the right thing, if I want to be a good dude, if I want to be the person that like I'm striving to be, like not a fucking asshole, I have to knock on this motherfucker's door and tell him his food is here. But I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. It's going to take 2 seconds, but like, I got to knock on a door. What if he doesn't answer? What if it's an awkward conversation? All that shit's going through my head. I don't want to fucking do that. So like, I didn't do it right away. It was one of those situations where I had to take 4 trips. And I'm walking back and forth. And each time I go up the stairs, I'm hoping that he fucking like just opened the door, grabbed the food and went inside. It's a risk though. It's a risk because like he could think if he does check that and sees the food there, he can think like, that son of a bitch saw the food there and didn't fucking tell me the food was there. That could be a problem too, because then he's going to think I'm a dick. I'm perfectly fine if you think I'm a dick just because you think I'm a dick. I don't need you to think I'm a dick because there was something dickish that I did. Like if I didn't tell him the food was there, that makes me a dick. And then he's going to tell everybody like that motherfucker across the hall, he's such a piece of shit. My food was sitting out there and he saw me open the door and he didn't tell me my food was there. Because I know I would do that. Like if I opened the door, if I had an embarrassing situation, just fucking shut it on somebody's face like that guy did, and I was waiting for food, and then I went out there and I saw the food, I would think like, did that rat bastard piece of shit just see my fucking food and just not fucking say anything about it? And then I would remember that forever. Anytime I talk to somebody, I'd be like, that fucking neighbor of mine, that fucking bastard, like he didn't tell me the food was there. But I risked that. I risked it. And all 4 trips, I was hoping that he'd open the door and check and see that the food was there. And it did not fucking happen. So I get all my shit inside and like, I had to do it. I had to tell him his food was there. I wouldn't be able to fucking handle it if I didn't let the dude know his food is there. I had to like hype myself up for it. And like, I just knock on his door, knock. And I hear the shuffling around in there. And then he like cracks the door open. I'm like, are you looking for that? And I just pointed at the food. And he like sticks his arm out, looks at the food. He's like, I was looking for the food. I thought it was you delivering it. I'm sorry. And then he went inside. And it was a totally, I don't know, not normal interaction. It was an awkward interaction because of course it was, because I'm awkward and I'm assuming he's awkward, whatever the fuck. But like, it went well. It had a happy ending. But here's another thing I don't want. Like, I don't want to be the hero now. I don't want him to think like, oh, he's a great guy because he told me about the food. I want you to have just a completely, I don't want to talk to that guy because he looks fucking weird mentality regarding me. Now, that's like a notch on the positive side. It was either going to be a notch on the positive or negative side. Like, I'd rather it be a notch on the positive side, but I don't want you to think anything about me. I don't want that to be the crack that makes us start talking. I've got enough shit going on. I've got enough people in my fucking life. I can't handle anymore, even if it's the fucking neighbor across the hall. I hope we just pretend that never fucking happened, and then if we walk by each other, we just still say, hello, hello, and then just go about our business. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That's my dream. Well, I'll be back Sundays and Wednesdays. That's when new podcast episodes come out. Podbean is the host of the cast. Every goddamn episode is there, website or app. I'm also on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and Spotify and iHeartRadio and Pandora, wherever the fuck you want. I'm on Twitter at Johnson Hates You. Podcast is going to be in my Facebook timeline for you, and if you're in the photos and videos and all that hot shit, you can find me on Instagram at maybe 5 minutes.